Hey everyone, it's Sophie from Build Your Jungle, and today I'm going to be talking about a new product that I've been using to water my plants with, and it's very exciting. It's the RainPoint Smart Solar Irrigation System, and this product is ideal if you've got a really busy schedule, or if you're a little bit lazy like me, or if you are chronically ill, also like me, and struggle sometimes to get up to difficult places, or just to get up at all to water your plants. You can literally do it at the push of a button. The main part of this product is the solar powered pump, and this is what takes in the water from your water source and will basically distribute it through the plastic tubing to different plants. When you open the product, it comes with this. This is the little hub. And this is what's going to act as a Wi-Fi point, basically, to give the device signal to connect to your phone, because all of this is controlled through the HomeGuard app. When you receive your parcel, you download the app, and that allows you to add your devices, because there's a whole different kind of stuff that they make at RainPoint to do with gardening, indoor and outdoor. So once you've downloaded the app, you'll first want to charge your RainPoint hub, and this is what's going to give signal to the pump to be able to work it via your phone. You can then add this device first and then add the pump as a sub device. Now, the pump can be charged either with the USB charging cables. They actually include two of these, so there's a spare one as well. They use the same charging point for the pump and for the hub. I've got my pump at the moment hung up just under my grow lights, and that light has been enough to use the solar power for the battery, which is great, because I did wonder if it would be strong enough, seeing as this can be used outdoors, but it is, so fantastic. Once you've got everything synced on the app, you're going to want to get your things set up so that it's ready. So this is going to deliver the water. There are two things to bear in mind here before you start setting it up. Is there's going to be a bucket or some kind of container that has your water in it. I'm using this really big jar because it means I don't have to fill it up often at all. Then in that bucket goes the filter, which you will just pop straight onto one of these. It just doesn't need any other connector. And once that's on, you run this line up and you put that to the inlet point on the pump. This cuts really easy with scissors. Then you're going to want to cut a small section of the tube, and you're going to want to put the one-way flow valve on, and that stops the water pressure from building up really high. Then another little bit of tube, and then after that, that's when you want to start thinking about what direction do I want this to go in. Now, it was all very fine and easy up to this point for me, but if you have any mobility issues in your hands, if you have any weakness in your hands and arms, you probably at this point need a friend with strong hands to come and help you, because I did struggle just to get it completely watertight on the T-bends. So there are three different types of connectors, and there's the straight ones, there's four-way ones, and there's T ones. To give me more freedom in the directions that I could put this, I started off with a 4-1. But the beauty about this, and what I was thinking when I was setting it up as well, is that you have the ability to add on to it, to change things around at any point. So if I decide I want to continue this on to different plants, then I can just add on to the piping. And also, not only do you get a huge amount of piping and lots of the different teas and stuff, but you can actually find this piping, as my housemate pointed out to me, at aquarium supply shops. So if you want to go absolutely mega with this and just have loads and loads of plants on this irrigation system, it will not cost a lot to do so. But again, this is what I have left over, and I already feel like I've used a lot of tubing. I deliberately put an end cap on one of the things so that I could create another line today and show you guys how to do it. It's actually really simple. It's all about just cutting the tubing to the right size, picking the right kind of connector depending on what direction and how many plants. And I'm also going to show you how I have set up the micro drippers, because generally what I've found to be the best technique is to have a T joint, then a bit of tube, then a micro dripper, and you get something like this. These connections here, these are the ones that you need to make sure are really airtight so that you don't get water leaking, and the first time that you try it, I would recommend putting a drip tray underneath just in case it's not as tight as you think it is the first time, because I made that mistake. Also, you do get a whole bunch of help setting this up. There are videos you can visit through QR codes. This is what I feel is the most helpful thing to look at before you start, and it's the quick start guide, because that diagram is just very, very helpful at visualizing how it's going to be set up. Also, if you would like to use this inside, but you are struggling to get enough solar to do the first charge, if you've not got as bright grow lights, then the battery can be taken out of the pump like this, and there's the charging port, so it's easily chargeable and you don't have to do it for very long. I also love that I could just stick it straight on the ideal bright spot where I've got some IKEA like bar hanging accessory thing. You can turn the hook to different angles. So if you've got a place that would be very convenient for you to hang this, you can probably do it. And it's a nice bit of kit. It's not really big, it's not bulky. And I wanted to show it before I did this because it makes it a lot easier to see how I've set things up and stuff. But if you want to slightly neaten up the cables like I have, then you can easily use zip ties. Just make sure if you are going to use zip ties, you're using them very, very loosely as I have, and you don't want to put any pressure at all on the tubing because you might obstruct the water flow. And also something I very almost messed up on and forgot about, but then fixed it at the last moment, was the end caps need to be put on after the water has flowed through. So what you're going to want to do, and I had 3 open end caps at this point, I didn't think this through. You need containers to catch the water because water is gonna come out of them. So put some containers at the end of all your tubes, put it on for the first time for like 10 seconds or something, and then put the end caps on, and you're all good. And then finally, I also have been using these terrible, like solar powered, but not properly kind of, you can see how this doesn't work very well at all. It's these that you get off Amazon, and they're humidity and temperature readers. Well, I don't have to have that absolute piece of rubbish anymore, because here we have the RainPoint humidity and temperature sensor, and it can just hang up, which also makes it a lot more convenient because I'm going to get a lot more of an accurate reading from this hanging in the middle of my plants than I am from this sat on the bottom of the table. This one can also be used indoors and outdoors, and this is the only one that is not powered by an alternative power source. This uses batteries, but if you want to be more eco-friendly, you could always get rechargeable batteries for this. There's no difficult setup for this. You simply slide the back down, put in some double A's, and add it as a sub-device in the app. So I have really enjoyed using this so far. It's been a really interesting piece of kit. Like, I didn't expect to love something like this so much, but it's been so helpful for me. Like, I've not been able to get up on shelves at different points. Sometimes I just can't even lift the watering can, and this has helped me a lot. But I'm actually having surgery really soon. I'm going to be having quite a major surgery. It's a really big deal for me to be able to still look after my plants. I was actually quite anxious about it. This is a really good solution for me, and I will certainly be extending the system while I am still able to before I am kind of incapacitated for a long time. And I know many of us suffer with disabilities and illnesses and stuff, so if this could help you, if you love plants but you have trouble some days feeling like you have no energy and stuff, this could be a really good solution for you. And another thing which I will hopefully be trying out and posting a bit of an update on this channel in the future, the near future, is that I realized that this system would be absolutely ideal for keeping moss poles moist as well. Like, absolutely ideal, instead of having to do the upside down water bottle trick or the hole in the bottom of a shot glass trick. These, especially because of the way that they water, these would be absolutely fantastic. So I am planning on extending from this end cap round onto this little table I have when I've got these 3 anthuriums on poles, and seeing how it is with that. And if it's really good, then I may have a huge rearranger just so that I can use this for all of my moss poles, because wouldn't that be incredible to not have to ever manually moisten a moss pole again? It would be ideal for people growing in semi-hydro, especially with summer, because how often do water reservoirs just dry straight out in summer when it's so hot? I have some plants like this Plectranthus australis, which has been happier than ever since growing in water, but it is so thirsty. It always has been. I've made many videos talking about how thirsty this plant is. It doesn't have to be, because my system will top it up every day, because I just can't believe it, how much this water this goes to. It does have a lot of roots, but normally I would completely not realize I've too much stuff going on. It dries out, you know, and this prevents that from happening. And the lovely people at RainPoint have offered me a discount code to give you guys. So if anyone would like to test out this product, you can use the code Sophie20 to get 20% off your first order. I will put the link in the description box down below, and if you do use that link, I will get a small commission from your purchase. But just to be clear, I would absolutely never ever promote a product that I did not truly love and think would be useful for people. I've been asked to do a number of product reviews before, and I've turned them down because it has not been right for me or for this channel. But when RainPoint reached out to me about this product, I really saw the potential of how it could help people with many different circumstances, not only people that are so busy, but as I've said, people with health conditions which I relate to strongly. I hadn't heard about this before, and I think it's a product that a lot more people need to know about. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this weird and unusual way that I have been watering my plants and hearing about this exciting new product. At the moment, I post long form content on Fridays, so please do hit that button, subscribe to be notified when I next make a video. Also, I post every day on TikTok, and I also do lives at least once a week, and occasionally I post on Instagram as well, so do check those out. And I hope you're having a great day thinking about house plants.